Real True Education, not fake news, the 28th of March. Thank you, very welcome back for a very fast video on heat pump scam, the heat pump scam, folks. Folks, you know I'm not in favour of this green. You know that I absolutely love the environment and I'd never do anything to destroy the habitat of any environment. I read there in the paper where, you know, that film Planet of the Humans by Michael Moore and Jeff Gibb, where they have banned in some places the production of palm oil. This was taken away the habitat of the poor orangutan and little baby orangutans with the whole trees cut around them. The cruelty of this just sunk me. This is why I stick my neck out for this, and I think they're banning it slowly, and it's putting up the cost of rapeseed oil is going up as a result. It should never ever have been used, and this is the fake green agenda that the Irish Green Party and its members like Catherine Martin, Eamon Ryan and all these Vincent P. Martin all push, and it's fake and it's very, very destructive, and I face them head on. I hate to see this happening. Anyway, the thing about it is about heat pumps. Now there's a big move on. I mean, it's come back to the stage now you won't be able to build a house now with a chimney on it at all, and you'll have to have a heat pump, and this seems to be the thing. The first thing about heat pumps is they insist your house be unbelievably well insulated, and if you had the house well insulated, any heating would do, whether it be oil, coal or anything. But the thing about heat pumps is there's no chimney. With a coal fire, you have the heat going up the chimney, and they never invested in trying to reduce or intercept that heat and use it in the house. Oil fire too, you have a little bit of that. But the thing about it is that if you had the same level of insulation, it wouldn't matter what heating you had. If you did it right, you could have the same level. In fact, electricity uses about 8% getting to you, and they're pushing this. Now, the thing about the heat pump is that apart from the insulation, that there was a system years ago where they used to pump the water down into the ground because there's a constant temperature down in the ground. It's around, they used to say it was 26 degrees centigrade, but I didn't get that. I got it on readings a lot less. But they say there's a central heat, a central general temperature beneath the ground, and you can use the reverse of a fridge to use that heat to heat your house. That is absolute codswallop. That's codswallop, because it takes electricity to power that fridge in reverse. I mean, it doesn't. There's not enough heat in the ground to bring up the temperature of your house enough. If you pumped it up directly, it wouldn't be 26 degrees. And you might get 8 or 9 in a house comfortably. You want at least 15 degrees in a house to be comfortable, and indeed you want it maybe 20 in cold weather, and there's bits of losses no matter what you do. So that those pump storage systems where you pump the water down under the ground, they're a complete and utter scam, and they're being proposed for years and they never caught on. And I went to so many home exhibitions and I asked that question, and you get the same old baloney about this thing. You make a complicated Ponzi scheme, but the heat pumps in many cases are nothing more than a heat and water, and use it underfloor piping, and you heat the water, and it pumps it through the house. That system's very good, but it could be done with any other fuel. Anyway, when you rely on electricity, with the current rise in electricity prices, you are in dangerous territory. And I am told that some people who are cheaper electricity prices now see the bill going up to as much as €600 a month. €600 a month. That's people that have it a while and thought it was great, and they have this pumped heat. So I just want to warn you on that. Don't fall for this nonsense. And our government believes this baloney. They believe all this green nonsense. It's all a scam. So don't you think of it. Just to make the difference, pump heat is where you pump the water down to copper pipes deep under the ground, and you use the equivalent of a fridge in reverse to supposedly exchange the heat. In actual fact, it's the electricity that does that, that's heating the house. It's just a fancy way or deceptive way of doing it. Electric heating, or they call it heat pumps. The pump water only pumps around the house. It doesn't go down under the ground. So the pumped, there's two types. There's the pumped heat, which is just a big, you'll see it on the side of homes, like a big fan. And that there heats the water there and pumps it around the house, whereas the other one pumps the pipes down into the ground. It makes no difference. It's electricity is doing it in all cases, and the electricity will do it the same as you can use convection heaters. So you're just as well using convection heaters. It's the same thing. But because you're using electricity, we live in an electricity idiocracy, where they all think that if you have electricity, it's not seen, it's not heard, you can't put it in a bag, and nothing confuses Irish men more, and other men, and sometimes women, more than electricity. They can't put it into a bag or catch it, and they just can't count it. So in that regard, then, expect your bills to go up. If you get an electric car, you could see electric bills $1,000 a month. You'll be paying more for your electric bill than it would cost to rent a house. Now, a lot of people will dispute that. Well, we'll see. I want to put it on the record. That's my findings, and I have that from people in the business who do it, and people who have experience of it, and all of that. And one particular family I know in County Monaghan got an awful land to realise how expensive it was over the winter to heat their house. Now, I know in the summer it'll be a little less, but it's a little less anyway. So don't fall for this green baloney. Once it's to do with electricity, our government will always get it wrong. They'll always make a mess of it, and I've given you the reason. You cannot put electricity into a bag. If you could get a bag or a big box and put the electricity in, and the batteries are different thing. If you could do that, then they'd understand it. Because they'd see what goes in and goes out, like if it was groceries in a bag. But because they can't do it, they get all confused. Their heads are all screwed up. They're currently stopping children coming to school without a calculator. My great-grandmother, who was married into this place here, lived down in Beha in Monaghan, and when she went to school in the late 1870s, she had to bring a sod of turf to school. Now a child has to bring a calculator. They won't let them count up 1 and 1 is 2 and 1 is 3. And that's the idiocracy we're developing for our kids. And it's very, very sad. So we let you go with that. Give me a thumbs up and a thumbs down. Do not be fooled by our stupid green ideas that run on electricity and cod you into thinking, or fool you into thinking, that this is better than your oil. There is no difference. 7% of our electricity all last week was made from coal, bought and burnt in Moneypoint. And if your house in Meath or Cavan or Dublin is being heated by electricity, you're burning coal to heat it. You're burning gas and you're burning oil. And it's there on EirGrid's website at the dashboard. You can see exactly. There's a little bit of wind in here and there. We'll go, folks. We'll let you go. All the schemes, the whole thing is nearly one big Ponzi scheme. And where it'll end, I don't know. I think it's very important for somebody like me to blow the whistle on these crowd and see what they'll do. They must hate me with a vengeance. But anyway, give me a thumbs up, folks, or a thumbs down. Thank you very much. Bye.